Tip number 1, accept him or her unconditionally. As Erlinda, also known as Dan, said, her journey started when she found out that her son Gio has autism. Like many other parents, no speech development was the trigger for Dang and her husband Joe to bring Gio to a developmental pediatrician at the age of 2 years and 3 months. They didn't know at the time that the following were signs of autism: flapping, tiptoeing, not responding when called, going around tables instead of interacting with people during parties, and not following simple instructions. Their initial reaction upon knowing that Gio has autism was grief. It felt that somebody died. They cried together for many nights and wished that everything was just a nightmare. They prayed fervently that God will miraculously heal Gio. One of the early challenges they faced was to accept where Gio was in the autism spectrum and not to compare him with others. Another was not to mind what people would say about how Gio behaves in public. Tip number 2, implement early interventions. Dang and her late husband Joe considered Gio as a gift from God. Gio has taught them a lot of things. They sought for the best interventions for Gio. They enrolled him at Bridges Foundation, a special school. There were individual occupational therapy and speech therapy sessions. Gio also underwent applied behavior analysis therapy. He even had dance therapy. Tip number 3, surround him or her with caring people. Gio is blessed to have loving family members. His younger brothers, Johan and Zeno, don't hide him. Instead, they're very protective of Gio and would take care of him when Gio's yaya is not around. Gio is also surrounded by many relatives who love him, and they have a lot of fun together. Gio is now 28 years old. Dang describes him as someone who is gentle, patient, compliant, and always smiling. He likes eating, modeling, and mauling with his mom. Tip number 4, join a support group. Dang and Joe were very thankful that they found a family support group and parent empowerment through the Autism Society Philippines. Through ASP, they found ways on how to address Gio's challenges and provide him with the right interventions. In case you're interested to join the ASP community, just check out the link below. How to take care of a family member on the autism spectrum. Tip number 1, accept him or her unconditionally. Tip number 2, implement early intervention. Tip number 3, surround him or her with caring people. Tip number 4, join a support